how do you determine what your fee is going to be? Like talk us through that.
So my fee would be, okay, if it's a location that I know, okay, I can bring 100 people through this door that will pay $10. So if I'm bringing 100 people through a door that will pay $10, that's what?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for the promoter to make money, I would charge $750, so they make $250 off the top.
Okay.
So, but if there's a venue that does not, if they do not know me, or like if I'm not from there, normally, I would if I would check my analytics. So, it would be like, okay,
Now stop.
I'm gonna explain that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So analytics is something where if you look at your Spotify data, if you're on like Spotify for artists or Apple Music for artists, or even your own Facebook page, you can see where the majority of your fans are at or located. So, so for like a Chicago show, if I'm going out there and I'm talking to a booking agent, I would show them my analytics. I would say, hey, I've got about 2,000 people who listen to me monthly in Chicago. So I know this is a calculated risk, but it's something that I think we both could be able to take, because the data is showing me that people support me and listen to me, and I have a draw in where you're at, and so providing that type of data shows that, okay, this is somebody I can take a chance on. I would never suggest going to a place cold, and by cold I mean you going to a show and being the headliner in a location that you have no draw.
Right. Right.
In those cases,
that's good.
It's way better to jump on somebody else's show that's already going and asking to open, and then building your draw that way there, and be willing to be like, okay, I'm going to take an L. So I'm not going to get paid for this show probably, but this is a place that's close to, it's a place that I can continue to go to because it's not too far from me. It's not going to cost me too much. And so, and I want to build my draw here. So like, I'll settle for maybe a percentage of the bar sales and selling merch, and so, but knowing going in that, okay, I'm probably not going to profit off of this show.
So at one point, you had your own management company booking shows for you. And what I want you to do is talk about how did you set up your own, how did that come about? Did they reach out to you? You get something that you put together and decided, how did you put together the management portion for booking, the booking portion? What was your process?
Well, so when I had management, it was a thing where we would look at other venues that were booking acts like me. So like, middle range, and so looking at venues like that and then reaching out to those same venues. So it would be so we'd be doing stuff like that, man. So it would be reaching out to them, sending, doing email parties where it's like, we're taking 4 hours tonight and we're just sending emails to everybody we possibly can. And and be not afraid to hear no. And I think that's what stops most people, is that they don't ever want to hear no. Like, listen, I get way more no's than I get yeses. Even now, way more no's than I get yeses. And you got to have thick skin, and you got to be able to be okay with being rejected. You're going to, especially at this stage. So even the biggest artists now still get rejected for certain things, So you still got to be willing for those to take those no's.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, you know, because with a lot of artists that, you know, especially when it comes to their music, you know, we try to critique to give them constructive criticism, but then they get offended when if you really don't like the music. It's like, hey, again, this just comes with the territory. You know, not everybody's going to like your music, and as you said, you're going to get a lot of no's. That's just part of it.